Thank you for joining me for another edition of the True Conductor Show. Um, man, today was one of them days. I ain't lying. Boy, today was one of them days, man. Um, would you be like, wow, I see why rich people don't want to be around no foolishness. I can see now, man, because you ain't gonna have no peace when you around a bunch of foolishness. Um, you know, you know, a lot of people never look at themselves as being a brand, and a brand is nothing but a look, an image. That's all. That's all a brand is. It's just an image. And your job is to sear that image into people's minds. And how do you do that? By being repetitious. Okay? That's how you know. First of all, identify what is your brand. Is it gonna be a look? Is it gonna be a symbol? Is it gonna be your name? What is it gonna be? You see, and that's what you're gonna have to determine. And how do you decide which is which? The ones that get the most compliments is the one that you should gravitate to. Okay? Now, I used to work for Metro. I drove a bus. They stole my job, but that's another story. But this was my this was my uniform, but it was blue, navy blue. The hat was navy blue, the vest was navy blue, and the shirt was light blue, and the slacks navy blue. Okay? That was my uniform when I was driving the bus. So when I started working for myself, I just switched to my own uniform. Okay? Now, see, when you use a uniform in your brand, you cut down on a lot of expenses, all right, with your wardrobe when you have a uniform. See, you cut down on a lot of stuff. You don't have to keep rotating your wardrobe when you have a uniform. Okay? And see, that's what a lot of people don't take into consideration. Man, when you start trying to use yourself as your brand, you gotta constantly rotate your wardrobe. Okay? To stay fresh. But see, with a uniform, all you got to do, man, is keep this joint clean. Okay? And it's gonna get seared into people's minds. Okay? What's going on, Dwayne? All right? So that's the first thing you do. Man, notice what people constantly keep complimenting you about. People would always say, man, they walk up to me and say, are you a conductor? You work for Amtrak? Well, because I do tours, right? See, this was an excuse now for me to whip out a card and say, yeah, I'm a conductor on the Underground Railroad. I do Black History tours of DC. Here's my card. That's how this whole conductor thing started for me. Okay? People would ask me, do you work for Amtrak? Are you a conductor? And one day, man, I was really missing my wife. Man, I was missing my wife. I was missing my wife this day, January the 2nd, 2020. And when we first got married, we had a little situation, some adversity we had to deal with. And we would go sit in this park and talk. And this particular day, man, I went and parked right in the spot where we used to sit and talk. Because I was missing it. And all I heard was True Conductor. And when I heard it, I was like, whoa. I mean, that was just my reaction. When I picked up my phone and I said, wow, let me see if that domain name is available. Truth Conductor. I mean, that's how the name hit me. And it was available, and I bought it. See, when you buy your domain name, that's your stake in the ground when you started that idea. Okay? When you buy your domain name is always the first thing you want to buy. Because that's when you're going to stick your stake in the ground and say, this is where I'm starting, right here. And see, I don't care how good your idea is. I don't care how profitable you think it might be. Man, if you don't have no internet access, you screwed. Let me say that again. See, I don't care how good your idea is. I don't care how much money you think you're going to make. If you don't have no internet access, you screwed. Okay? You screwed. So I went, that's the first thing I did. Let me put my stake in the ground. What's going on, Bernie? For True Conductor. Now, let me share this with you. See, this is vitally important for y'all. See, when you start developing a brand and you come up with an idea, the definition ain't far behind if it's for you. See, when you come up with an idea, all right, if the idea is for you, the definition ain't far behind. Okay? It's not far behind. Example, the night Trump won the presidency, I went down in front of his hotel. Okay, because I said, I know it's going to be a crowd there. And when I got out my car, all I heard was guerrilla warfare marketing. Didn't know what it was. None of that. All I heard was guerrilla warfare marketing. Okay? That's what I heard. And I checked it, okay? Guerrilla warfare marketing. Okay. And about 2-3 days later, the definition came. Free marketing when the world is watching. That's guerrilla warfare marketing. Free marketing when the world is watching. Okay? That's guerrilla when the world is watching. That's guerrilla warfare marketing. All right? And that's what and if you go back and if you follow my signs, I first started out with my first sign was the Underground Railroad Tour. Buyatour.com was my first sign. Okay, I was sending people to them. And I was the only Black History Tour on their site in D.C. at that time. And I noticed that all of the algorithms that they were doing for tours were all white tours. And I just asked the lady, I said, listen, I said, I'm sending people to y'all. Is it any way I can get included? Since I'm the only Black History tour y'all got in DC, can I get included in these algorithms? And she said something corny. And whatever it was didn't sit well for me. And I said, take my shit down. Take it down. I don't want to be on your site no more. Take it down. Take it down. Now, now I had to honor the tours that were already in the pipeline. That's when I had to go out and that's when I had to go out and develop my own now. So the DC Underground Railroad tour that I had with Viator, I got to get rid of that. So then I created the DC Black History Night Tour, DCBlackTours.com. Okay? And I was in such a hurry to do. See, here's another thing, man. Here's one of the biggest lessons I learned. There are some things that you can do for yourself, and if you're gonna do it yourself, set aside some time where you can take your time and you won't be rushing. All right? If you don't have the money to pay somebody to monitor your stuff, man, set aside some time that you can sit down and go through your stuff. Now, I threw a website together because I needed something immediately, right? And I didn't know how bad it was until one day I tried to sell McCaddy, and she ran hot on me. And I let that joint sit out in front of my house, I know for 2 hours. And went out there, had a shirt on, just like this. And went out to put some antifreeze in a container, and poof, man, let me show y'all. If I didn't have this shirt, if I didn't have a shirt on, man, my arm would have been, this how, let me see if y'all can see. See, all of this was burned. All of this. All of this, you see? You see, at a 3rd-degree burn. And that's what made me sit down and go through my website. I would have. I would have. And the nurse told me that when I went to the hospital. She said, well, you lucky that this didn't burn you down to your veins. That's what she told me. You lucky. Okay? And they put a honey patch on it. That's how I healed. I had a big old honey patch that I put on my arm to help it heal. And matter of fact, the mother of all rallies for Trump on the mall, I was there. I was there, man. I was in that joint. I was in the middle of them. I ain't lying. I got right smack dab in the middle of that crowd and was hoping that they would mess with me, because the first thing they were going to talk about was that guy that had the DC Black History Night Tour sign. Him, you know. And see, through all of this, I have maintained the same image. They see me with my hat, my vest, my shirt looking like a conductor. Okay? They see me with the same image. Even before I became the true conductor, I had this image. They know this image. Okay, so now I done put a name with it. Now I have a definition, a messenger from God, which means anybody can be a true conductor, because it's just a messenger from God. Okay? So now I have to get True Conductor to be a household name. How do I do that? By going down to the White House. See, that's how I get it to be a household name, sitting in front of the White House. Why is that? Because that's where the world meets. That's where the world meets, right in front of the White House. Anybody in the world that's got a problem gonna come to that White House. I don't care what country it is. If they got a problem in the world, they come into that White House to protest. And what I do is, since I play national anthems of other countries, then the first thing people gonna do is point their phone at me. Because now I'm playing their national anthem. And they beaming it back to their country. And I don't know how many, man, I'm probably an international star and don't even know it. I'm serious about that. I could be an international star from playing national anthems right there in front of the White House and not even know it. And not even know it. Because I don't run in that circle to see that news, to see that information. So that's a real possibility. You see, and here's another thing, man. Here's another thing. Now, my grandmama taught me this. And this how she told me, see, my grandmama dipped snuff. And when you carried her, she always had this little tin can. All right, Bernie, with some toilet paper and a napkin or something in the bottom, so when she spit, it splashed, but you know the paper gone. She'd be spitting on the paper. But sometimes she missed the cup, and now you got snuff all over your car. But see, what my cousin them didn't know, she always gave me a little pocket change and a tank full of gas. See, so every time she say, let's go, shoot, what? What time? When you ready? I'm going because I know something in it for me. And we driving down the road, and my grandmama take a cup and she look at me and she said, baby, anytime them fuckers looking at you, you give them something to see. I said, what you say, McCullough? She said, anytime, this is just how she said it. Anytime them fuckers looking at you, you give them something to see. I said, yes, ma'am. I'll never forget that. That's what my grandma, and I tell my grandson that. My grandson is probably going to be one of the greatest trumpet players in the world. He's a Flack. He's the last male Flack. His daddy is dead, and Roberta, she's on her way up out of here. That's his great aunt. So the music is on that, and he done picked it up. And he's a trumpet player and self-taught the piano and organ. Self-taught. You see, so, and I told him, I said, man, Jeremiah, when they looking at you, give them something to see, boy. Give them something to see. Don't worry about your haters. And see, this is the problem. Too many of y'all so worried about what your haters are doing, and you ain't giving them nothing to see. And that's when you building your brand. You gonna give them something to see. You always put your best foot out. I mean, I didn't Everett Overton. That brother sent me some money, and I looked at his logo. He uses EO as his brand. And if you notice, when you look at his videos, you'll see he got EO, sometimes on a chain, sometimes they have it on a pillow. You know, see, that's his brand. His initials is his brand. Okay? Now, see, and notice this. And he has a look to go with his initials. He got that look. That it is what they call it. That go with his initials. And see, and everybody don't have that look. Let me say that again. See, some of y'all need some initials or a logo to be your brand because you ain't got that look. See, if you got that look, that's what you work, man. Work that look. Because everybody don't have it. See, let me show you. See, right now, I can tell you, man, I'm true conductor. You gonna look at me like a cow looking at a new gate. What? You know what? What the hell is a true conductor? You can't connect the dots. And see, when you're building your brand, people need to look at your brand and be able to connect the dot to you. So now, when I put this on, and I say, I'm the true conductor, now you can connect the dots. And yeah, he do look like a conductor. Now you do look the part. You look the part. You look like a conductor. And I've even, I've even been riding a train, man, and sitting down. And people would come and ask me some questions. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't work here. I'm just a passenger just like you. Because I look like a conductor. Okay? And there's some, for me, there's some advantages to this look. Because I can walk into any hotel and say, listen, man, I'm waiting for, I got a client in here. I need to use your restroom. Which way is it? While I'm waiting for my client. Because I look the part. See, if I had street clothes on, and I walk, no, I look the part. What are they going to tell me? No? Now, see, a scene going to be made. See, what do you mean? I'm waiting for somebody. Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. See, that's how you have to put two and two together. That's how you put two and two together. You know, there are a lot of venues I can walk up to just like this here and say, hey, man, I got a client in here. I need to use your restroom. And go in. Come back out. You see, so when you're making your brand, make sure you're comfortable with the image that you are promoting. And see, look, you're gonna have to be just as diligent. Man, thank you, brother. I'm just talking about you. Man, thank you, brother. I was just talking about this brother. I was just talking about him. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Another $30. Thank you, brother. See, y'all need to pay attention to this guy, man. I'm serious. Y'all need to listen to him. Because he's taking you step by step through some stuff, man, that a lot of people take for granted. A lot of people, the information he's sharing, they take that for granted. And a lot of them don't think it can happen to them. And it can. You know? And again, when you watch him, look at his initials. Look at how he got different things with EO on it. And when you see EO, what's the first thing you're going to think of? Him. Because that's what he promotes. Him. That's his brand. His initials is his brand. And he got a look to go along with it. And this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Man, if you're going to develop something, have a look to go along with it. Don't just throw something out there just for the hell of it. Put your best foot forward. Because you never know who's watching. You never know. And see, let me show you something. Just in case this true conductor thing blow up, let me show you. I got the original true conductor hat right here. I told my daughter, I said, girl, don't you throw this hat away. If something happened to me, don't you throw this away. This is the original true conductor hat. This is what I built my brand in, right here. And see, a lot of y'all don't even think you got that much value. That, hey, I got the original tie to go with the hat. See how, look, man, let me show you. Look how this is the original tie right here. And I'll take one of these vests and a pair of pants, and and a shirt, and I got the original outfit for True Conductor. The original. And see, a lot of y'all don't even think about trying to save some of this stuff when you start out. Because one day it might be valuable. It might be one day. You don't know. Set it aside anyway. Let me show y'all something. Show you that. Now, this is my original donation bucket. Right here. Okay? Signed and dated. You see the date? Signed and dated. On here, the original. See, this is my original. True Conductor taking donation. Yeah, I bought it. I was gonna throw this away. I said, no, man, let me sign this. Okay? Let me sign it. I'm gonna sign it and save it. What have I got to lose? And see, and that's another thing. When you start building your brand, some stuff, man, you need to put your initials and date on and keep it. And make it an heirloom for your kids or your grandkids. Because you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know. But once that train passed by you, ain't no coming back. What train you know goes in reverse? Once that train passes, it's gone. And that's just same thing with opportunity. When that opportunity passes you, man, it's gone. And sometimes that opportunity ain't but a split second. And it's gone. And a lot of y'all worried about what somebody gonna think and what they gonna say. See, man, you can't be bashful when it come down to promoting yourself. Let me say that again, or your business. You cannot be bashful when it comes down to promoting yourself or your business. That ain't the time to be bashful. That's the time to throw caution to the wind. Because you out there trying to make a name for yourself. That's what you're trying to do. And see, all of this, I started this back in 2016 or 2015, somewhere. Look how many years I've been out here with this sign. And I'm just getting to the point where people are saying, hey, aren't you that guy the DC Black Tours guy? Yeah, that's me. Oh, you got this now stuff? Yeah, that's me. That's me. See, I'm getting that more and more. And when I was doing it, man, I was catching hell. Trying to advertise my website. To be independent. That's all I been trying to do is be independent. Get my own. I don't need nobody. Let me get my own. And see, and when you building your brand, man, you're trying to get your own. You ain't trying to work for nobody. You're trying to get your own. And see, and that's another thing. See, a lot of y'all need that safety net, which is some benefits. See, that's what you need. Some benefits. But see, when you're out here trying to get it, man, you want to stay on top of your health. You want to stay on top of your diet. When you out here trying to get it, buddy, you can't be out here eating any and everything. Having no sweet tooth and all of the sodas and all of that shit. You can't, no, man, you're on top of your diet. Because the last place you want to be is in a hospital. So you take care of yourself. You watch what you eat. That's what you start doing. You know, it's amazing, man. I tell people I'm 70 years old. I'm like, you what? Yeah, I'm 70. You sure don't look it, because I don't eat a whole bunch of foolishness. I ain't never been drunk a day in my life. Let me say that again. I ain't never been drunk a day in my life. Never. And don't plan on being either. I ain't wait this late to start acting stupid. So anyway, man, don't be scared. Get out, dig some ditches. Dig some ditches. Get out here and dig some ditches, man. All the ditches is an idea that you're manifesting. I told y'all, tomorrow gonna be the start of a new moon. This is a good time right now to start trying to implement something, to be free. A lot of y'all scared to try to be free. You need a job. You need some benefits. You know, you ain't trying to be free. You ain't trying to work. You want to work for somebody for the rest of your life. Man, I want freedom of choice. That's why I get out here and struggle and try to create. Because I want freedom of choice. To be able to say, I don't want to go in today. And I ain't got to worry about getting fired because I'm the boss. See, when you the boss, man, you ain't got to be scared of nothing. Because you the boss. And can't nobody come and tell you how to run your business. You the boss. Believe in yourself, man. Believe in yourself. Okay? Believe in yourself. And you're gonna have some days you're gonna get your ass kicked. Let me say that again. Man, you're gonna have some days you're gonna get your ass kicked. And you're gonna have to take that ass kicking and go and get a good night's sleep and get right back in the game. See, a lot of people get their ass kicked and they sit there and whine over it and mope and moan and groan because they got their ass kicked. See, they don't get back in the game. That one ass kicking is enough to scare them. And let me show y'all something. I just saw this the other day. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But let me see if I can get it to make sense. Okay? Let's see if I can get it to make sense. Let's see if I can get this thing to make sense here. Okay. All right. Listen to this. This is Job. Okay? This is Job. Now listen to this. This is Job chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. Did you hear that? Listen, this is Job chapter 1, verse 6. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came with them. From where do you come? Okay, wait a minute, I missed that. Verse 7. And the Lord said to Satan, from where do you come? So Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth, and from walking back and forth on it. Verse 8. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil? Okay, this is God talking about Job. Okay? So Satan answered the Lord and said, does Job fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all he has on every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. Verse 11. But now stretch out your hand and touch all he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. Verse 12. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person. God diggity dog. God said, listen, you can go and destroy everything about him, but don't you touch him. Don't you touch him. Okay? You can make him sick, but you can't kill him. All right? This is what God said. Listen. Verse 11 again. But now, verse 12. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, all that he has is in your power. Only do not lay a hand on his person. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord. And then Job started losing his property, his children, and his health. Okay? But now watch this. Where is it? Okay, listen to this. Job's friends were trying to get him to curse God. And listen to this. This is chapter 42. And I'm going to start at verse 7. And so it was, after the Lord had spoken these words to Job, that the Lord said to Eliphaz and Temanite, my wrath is aroused against you and your two friends, for you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has. Now therefore, take for yourselves 7 bulls and 7 rams, go to my servant Job, and offer up to themselves a burnt offering. And my servant Job shall pray for you, for I will accept him, lest I deal with you according to your folly, because you have not spoken of me what is right, as my servant Job has. Okay? Now, verse 12. Now the Lord bless the latter days of Job more than his beginning. For he had 14,000 sheep, 6,000 camels, 1,000 yoke of oxen, 1,000 female donkeys. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and he called the name of his first Jeremiah. God damn, my grandson's name. Damn, Jeremiah. Oh, no, I saw Jeremiah. It's Jemiah. Jemima. Wow. After this, Job lived 140 years and saw his children and grandchildren in 4 generations. So Job died old and full of days. 140 years. And see, when the devil went and stole everything that he had, and Job, and see, and the moral of this story, man, when you're going through some stuff, don't doubt God. That's the moral of this story. I don't care how bad it is that you're going through. Don't doubt God. Because in the end, the let me find that. That's in Isaiah. I'm gonna find this here, and then I'm gonna be done with y'all. Um, let's see. All right, this is Joel 2:23. Let me go back here to my. I'm finding out what. Here it is, 1303. Listen to this. What I say? Um, that ain't right. That ain't right. Um, 225. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, listen. All right. So this is Joel 225. Matter of fact, let me go back to 23. Be glad then, you children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he is giving you the former rain faithfully, and he will cause the rain to come down for you, the former rain, and the latter rain, in the first month. The threshing floors shall be full of wheat, and the vats shall overflow with new wine and oil. Verse 25. So I will restore to you the years that the swarming locust is eaten, the crawling locust, the consuming locust, and the chewing locust, my great army which I sent among you. You shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, and my people shall never be put to shame. See, you got to still believe, man, regardless of what you're going through. And trust and believe that God is going to open up a way for you. God is going to make a way for you. And even when you stumble, you will not fall. Even when you stumble, you will not fall. But the wicked will fall and be destroyed. You will stumble. See, you will have a hiccup. That's what you'll do. But you will not be destroyed. All right? Start working on your brand, man. And pay attention to what people are complimenting about you. Shoot, it might be the way you clean cars could be your brand. or the way you clean a house could be your brand. You know, the way you draw. See, pay attention to what people are complimenting you about, and that could possibly be your brand. Could possibly be your brand. And if a name come to you, a definition is soon to follow. So when somebody asks you, what's a tool conductor? You gonna be, I don't know. Just something I just came up with. See, that's when people say, oh, he's fake. What's a tool conductor? A messenger from God. Just that simple. Now, what can you say? Nothing. All right? Let me get out of here, man. Y'all be blessed. Hey, Everett, man, thank you for the $30, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right? I'll see you later.